So, if the UK legalized marijuana, yeah, I don't know why they're taking fucking so long, yeah.
Babes,
if
come
the
on.
You get me? If the UK
Talking my language now.
you get me? Like,
Speaking my language.
who do you think, like, because sometimes I like to ask certain questions in a different way, innit?
Yeah.
To make people think in a different way, where they've never maybe thought before. So, if the UK legalizes weed, yeah, who do you think would lose out more? The drug dealers, or who do you think would basically lose out?
Definitely the drug dealers. Definitely the drug dealers would be pissed.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would change the game completely. Like, you know, like the only thing I'm thinking, because like I know this is technically not necessarily related to the subject, but like so many people, I don't know if you've heard, but like Thailand is now the place to be. Like so many people
I keep on hearing it now.
Into Thailand.
The
like,
weed is legal out there,
and you know it's legal over there. And like one of my friends, or the producer that I'm working with, he's out there at the moment, living his best life. And he's telling me, oh yeah, there's weed shops everywhere, like on every street corner. You'd be living, you'd be loving it. I was like, don't tell me that, because I'm already jealous. I'm seeing your foot on the beach. You get me? So like, you know what I mean? Don't tell me, don't rub it in, don't rub salt in the wound. Yeah, but like, I'm thinking to myself, like the one thing that pisses me off, that I can't wear with shotters, like or dealers, whatever you want to call them, and I've been like a smoker quite some time, like since I was a teen. The waiting. And like like they'll be like, 10 minutes. You're not, and it's 20 minutes, and then you'll be there in an hour, and it's like, bro, I'm thinking
they're
in the future when it gets legal, if it gets legalized, there'll be shops on the corner. I won't have to wait, bro. I'll just go to the shop and get my things when I need my things. Yeah. You get me? That's the only thing I'll be happy about. Sure. But then the only thing I'm worried about is the fact that obviously the price of stuff hasn't always been the same. Let's be honest. Like I remember back in the day, you could go get a Benner for a tenner, and there's no such thing as Benners nowadays. But the prices changed in a way that was affordable to smokers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even now, if you've got a dealer that you've known for a while, like he will sort you out. Do you know what I mean? You know them way. Yeah, but when it
big
gets
up all
legal,
the brothers, man.
You get me? Big up
all the drug dealers that tick you when you got no money.
When you got no money.
But they say, you know what, dog? I got you tomorrow.
Come on.
Yeah, big up all the good ones, man.
But like when it
we love you, fucking drug dealers.
We love you.
I can't believe what I'm saying. I can't believe I'm bigging these mans up on the red chair. Nah, but real talk though. Big up some of them, man.
Love. But like when it goes to the shops and that, it's like obviously the waiting time, you won't have to worry about that. But you know, is it going to be the same? Is it going to be affordable? Are they going to start doing to weed, marijuana, like what they do with tobacco? Like, because now a packet of fags, apparently I read in the newspaper recently, it's going to be like 20 odd quid now. Yeah. And it nearly already is 20 quid. I think I paid like £16 for a pack of fags the other day. And I was like, do you know what I mean? And I get it, because obviously they're trying to, you know, promote health, promote good health, and, you know, reduce the side effects of people smoking and getting things like cancer, which is bad.
They've been these people.
But it's like, if they do that, then it'll be a shame, because, you know, if I'm not going to be able to afford it, then I'll be pissed. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But you know, hopefully that isn't the case, and it does get legalized, and it works in a way that is beneficial to the people that are going to be, you know, taking part in it, and you know the smokers basically. Because I remember, like, when I was in Amsterdam not too long back, I was living my best life, bro, and there's like little cafes here and there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I think if we had that over here,
you're eating the stuff.
It was nice. So I'm all for it. Let's just put it that way. I'm all for it. Legalize the plant, okay? Legal it. Listen, don't tell me nothing. Listen.
Yeah. You said something very interesting. Like, you see that with the pros and cons. Sometimes, like you said, sometimes you want to pick up your thing, but obviously you're ringing up my man and it's taking long or whatever. Like, that's actually true. I haven't looked at that aspect of things. You get what I said? That's actually true. And even with what you said as well, for me, you know, what concerns me more, is in terms of like you said, like the government tampering with it. So
and that's
if the shops start selling it, how pure and how good is that weed going to be?
Because recently, I don't know, have you heard of Spice?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of people in prison. Now
it's illegal, isn't it? It's legal. But at first it was legal. And where did this come from? Do you know what I mean? It's like, didn't you lot make it and put it out there in the streets? And then now all of a sudden you want to... Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't trust these people. Because it's like, you're going to start tampering with the thing and then messing with my head. It's like, nah,
That's
do you know
why.
what I mean?
That's why they did it, to try and mess people up, and then they're gonna say, okay,
Yeah.
we need to ban it. This is because.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very slippery slope and a very thin line, and that's why, you know, it's one of those ones where, especially when it comes to the English government, don't trust them people, bro.
So even in America, I mean,
Yeah.
it stems from there. Like I don't know the name of this guy, but apparently, like when he first legalized it, he had a thing with, obviously back then there was like segregation, so he was like a part of that crew.
I've got an idea.
And like
Go on.
back then they called it
Have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, he legalized it. It was mainly another form of oppression in it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
for many, because it's not been proven that it has affected us.
yeah.
There's no evidence for that. Like you can go back. Like they've just been planting lies after lies after it.
But that's the thing. That's the thing with these kind of things. You can never know. You can never really be sure. Do you know what I mean? Because
I mean, like, it's a natural herb. It's a plant. Why
Exactly.
are you legalizing?
I've got another one for you guys, yeah? I've got another one for you guys, yeah?
Go on.
What do you guys think about this, yeah? I really, really want to get your opinion on this, yeah?
Go on.
Rather than legalizing the weed, you know, opening shops in the country, yeah? What about if the government comes up with an idea where people can get, like, licenses to grow it themselves, yeah? But obviously you get taxed. And obviously in terms of paying for that license,
like
it'll be a little bit
idea.
expensive. So that obviously there'll be different places that could provide you with all of the things,
Yeah,
the space that you need to grow it yourself.
But then even that
you need
is
like a
gonna
license.
come with problems. Do you know what I mean? Because like people will be trying to do it without getting the license, and then they're gonna get locked up for that, and then they're gonna be telling you that they're gonna put tax on this, and do you know what I mean? It's like there's so much politics involved around these types of things. So I like the concept and I like the idea, and it in that sense it probably would be safer because you've got a license, you're growing it yourself, you know what you're growing, you know what you're putting inside your body, and that's I think the main concern when it comes to anyone accepting anything that you're getting from, because it's even like people, like there's a lot of people out there nowadays, and I don't make them wrong, that don't take, you know, medication, that don't take vaccines, that don't, you know, pop pills anytime they get sick. They're all about the natural remedies, natural herbs, natural this, natural that, natural the other. Freaking what's that herb that everyone's always banging on about? I can't remember the name of it now. But basically, the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, they don't even take prescribed medication. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't trust that. Do you know what I mean? Even when they get sick, they're like, oh no, I'm going to look for a different, you know, natural way of healing myself. And I'm all for that. Like, I don't really like taking painkillers. But if I have to, I'll, you know, be forced. Like,
you have to.
But more time, I don't, you know, I'll try and wait till it, you know, suffer in silence. I'm like, you know, this pain will go if I get like a headache or something. But it's like, because of that reason, people are like fearful of it. So it's like, if it becomes legalized, and then and then that becomes something that they're gonna have to get, you know, from them, they might then be fearful of that. Do you know what I mean? But then I know people that have got certain ailments or certain conditions where they get, you know, marijuana prescribed, and they go to the doctor, they get a prescription, they go to the doctor and they go and get it, because there are actually places that sell it, and there are actually places that you can get it from, like pharmacies and stuff.
Oh, big up to that guy. Sorry to even cut you. Big up to that. Sorry to even cut you, darling. Yeah. Big up to Steve-O the Madman.
Big up Steve-O.
He's got, I understand, he's got like a shares, or he's got like a business where, you know, he knows some people where, like you said, you can get weed prescribed to you, like in terms of like medication using it
for mental health reasons or for medical reasons. I rate that, man. And obviously there are you know, ways and means of getting it in that way. So, but then you're always going to have people that are fearful of things, you know, because that's just human nature. So I mean, I think that definitely would cut that out, because obviously if you're able to get a license and then you're able to grow it yourself, there's no middleman. It's just you and your things, you get me? So you never know, that might be something that they might look into, and it might even, you know, solve, you know, them type of problems where, you know, you're cutting out the middleman, and there's not that issue of having to be fearful or, you know, worried about what you're putting in your system, what you're taking, what you're in, you know, what you're ingesting.
Before we move on to obviously more of the main topics, and you know, to get back on track here, I just randomly, like I usually do on the red chair, I want to ask everybody in this room, Sammy, listen to this one as well, I want to ask everybody in this room like a very random question, and I just want to see you guys' answers,
Go on.
So the question is, guys, yeah, would any of you guys in this room, yeah, let me finish the whole question, yeah, before you don't answer, yeah. Would any of you guys, yeah, in this room would you guys smoke crack for a week for £1 million tax-free?
Hell no.
Nope.
Oh hell no.
Oh hell no. Never in my life on this here green earth.
You just mentioned that.
Never in all of my days, yeah. Please believe on the red chair. Make this go viral, yeah. Never in all of my days on this earth, yeah. And
Guys,
I'm breathing
£1 million.
oxygen. I don't care how
Tax-free
much money
money.
you're gonna give me.
You're only
You
smoking
can
the
offer
food
me
for a
all
week.
of the money in the world.
You know
I'm
what
not
that would
doing
do?
it, bruv.
You're only banning
Have
the
you
food.
seen them out there on the street? Have you seen what it does to them? You think me wanna end up like that?
They never
You
go
see this
for the
pretty
million.
face? You see this pretty face? You think we wanna fuck up this pretty face? Are you mad? Listen, no,
Listen.
sir.
You know how
Listen, I was raised right. I'm not touching them things there. Are you mad?
Listen, I'm not saying I'll smoke. I'll agree with you guys.
I
yeah. I'm just
appreciate the
saying.
question because it's jokes, yeah?
Yeah.
This guy's got jokes, guys, viewers. This guy's got jokes, innit? Come on.
Listen, imagine smoking crack for a week, yeah.
No,
Guys,
I
just
couldn't imagine it because I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Imagine doing it for a week, yeah, and then after that week you get £1 million. Listen, with that £1 million, you can get clean,
Yeah,
you
but
can go rehab,
listen,
go
after that
clean.
you're fucked. Imagine after that you're addicted, and then all the £1 million is gonna get spent on the crack. You get me? Like fuck that. You get me now, bro? I'm not doing that.
Imagine getting hooked and saying, you know what? Let me
Listen.
give me my $1 million. Let me go buy some crack.
Listen,
That's
this
exactly what's gonna
section
happen.
here is gonna have parental advisory sticker on it. You get me?
Yeah.
Just for the kids. You get me?
So I mean
I
now,
don't want to be telling them nothing. I don't want to be involving them in it.
guys, only for a week, and you can get
Nah,
clean.
man said nah. Man said never.
Man said,
Let
astaghfirullah.
me tell you something. I would rather do balloons than crack, bro.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but-
And even them things there are bad. Them
Yeah.
things they
but
don't
you know
kill
what?
you.
Balloons is the modern day crack.
Yeah, trust me. People are listen. One of my friends, she's got a podcast. Big up Figs. Big up Figs podcast.
Figs.
See her
Figs.
every Thursday, 10 to 12 after the Underground Music Show.
Yeah.
She's
Done
there talking about different topics. She's got a special guest. And literally the other week she was on there, she was talking about the whole episode was just about balloons, and she was basically trying to educate the youth, educate you man and women out there to stop putting this shit in your lungs, you get me? Before you're dead out
them.
yourself. There's even people I know that have taken it and then next thing they've paralysed all one side down.
Yeah.
And she's now in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
I'm gonna
Is
tell
that
you
what you want for your future?
I'm gonna tell you
Don't do balloons, innit? There you go. You heard it here first.
Let me share something in a little
Serious
bit.
thing.
I'm not gonna go obviously into too much details, but last summer, like we was at a family, you know, that family barbecue.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, all of us outside,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, you know, enjoying.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we was drinking, and there was a few of us doing balloons in it. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And then we were literally just enjoying in emotion,
Yeah,
music
yeah,
playing,
yeah.
things are happening. Literally, yeah. I can't remember who it was, but obviously, if any of my family members who was there ever watched this or whatever, or this clip, whatever, they will literally remember. Literally, I don't know what the fuck happened. One of my little nephews, yeah. Again, it sounds like it's crazy, yeah. Let me just say, one of my little nephews, yeah. He was taking balloon, yeah. He literally doing it, however you do it. Literally, I don't know if the devil came out of the sky invisibly and just knocked him out. Guys, we were literally there. He literally inhaled it, and before, like out the blue, he literally just fell back. Like he literally just bang went back, and he literally just
because
dropped.
basically, this is the thing about these youths. Yeah, you're popping these things and you don't even know what you're taking. Like you don't even educate yourself to know what you're taking. And it's I can't remember the name of it, but the gas that it is, it's the same gas that they use when you go to the dentist to have like a root canal,
Okay.
and the same one that they use when you're giving birth. Yeah, and that
That's it.
gas, it alters your state of mind, yeah, and it also shuts down certain parts of the body and makes it go numb, so that because obviously you're giving birth, like that's the whole point of the gas, like to help you to, you know, so you shouldn't really be taking it the way that these youths are taking it, and that's why it's, you know, so if your body isn't used to these types of things, and then you're too weak, or you're, do you know what I mean? That's why these things are happening, and then people are going into cardiac arrest, people are, you know, having mini strokes. Like, it's not a joke, bruv. Like, literally, pay attention to what you're doing before you put it inside your, you know, don't just take something off your mate just because your mate's doing it. Don't just follow fashion. Don't just do something to follow the crowd, innit? Like, trust me, it's not worth it. Your life is worth much more than that.
Exactly.
Trust me.
100%.
100, man.
These guys, man.
Going back to one of the main topics, yeah. Like, you know one thing I love about you, by the way, yeah. Like real talk. You know one thing I love about you, yeah. You see how you perform on stage, yeah? I love watching people. I love watching you, and there's certain people that I just love watching on stage, and I'm like, yeah, the performing aspect of things, it still exists. Because I want to touch on, once again, just a little bit on, like, why in this generation, you know, like, we don't really have many good performers, do we? In this generation, do we?
You know,
Think
I think
about
it
it.
is because a lot of the youths, like, they focus on, like, the sound maybe, or the artists of today, maybe they, you know, focus on perfecting the sound, and it's like you need to be getting out there and performing. Like I've been to shows and there's artists, I've heard their music and I'm like, you sound hard, and then I get to the show, you're performing, and then the performance is dead, and it's because they haven't got the experience being on stage, and they don't realise once you get on stage it's not easy, you know, and it's nerve-wracking. You get on stage, there's all these people watching you, and then you've got to remember your words, you've got to, you know, be interacting with the crowd. And if you haven't, you know, honed that, you know, craft and been able to, you know, have experience doing it, and, you know, because I've been performing for years, donkey's years. So I remember I wasn't always this good. Like, I can tell you about gigs that I've gone past where I've been shaking on the stage, I've fumbled my words, I've stopped halfway through, or even this one time when I was even telling them about a gig I did last night, where I went to sing this track that I do perform quite regularly. Everyone knows me for Show Me Love. I sing that, like, I can sing it with my eyes closed. And he was even saying to me, you know that when you sing that, it's like it's your song. And I was like, yeah, everyone tells me that, but it's because I've been singing it for so many years. Like, big up Robiness. I forget the name of the original vocalist, but big up yourself as well, because most people don't know. Most people think that Robiness is the original vocalist, but she ain't. But big up the original vocalist as well. I'm sorry I forgot your name, sister. And if you ever watch this, love and blessings. You are amazing. And that tune has changed my life and opened many doors for me. But there was one particular time I went to perform it. I went to do the high note at the beginning of the track, and nothing come out. I was like,
oh no.
My voice said no. But, you know, I still managed to perform that day, made it work. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just doing open mics, just going there, just turning up. Even if you haven't got any music, you just go there, but instrumental, just go there, perform. Just go get a feel for what it's like to be on stage and perfect your craft and perfect being there and make yourself feel comfortable on the stage, so that when you're there, you're able to put on a show and you're able to deliver your best self to the audience, because they don't want to be turning up to a gig and seeing a half-hearted performer. If you want people to connect with you, you need to be connecting with them, and being an artist and performing, like one of the artists that performed yesterday, well, the main headline that I was supporting yesterday, big up man like Femi Santiago, amazing singer, bad boy artist, bad boy musician, and he was pouring his heart and soul out to us in his performance yesterday. And he even said it, you know, when you gotta take into consideration that when artists come up on stage and sing to you and perform to you, we have to relive the experiences that we're talking about in the songs. Because obviously, for example, I performed a song yesterday that I wrote 10 years ago that I was sitting on for years, and I kept thinking, it's not good enough, and didn't want to release it. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm just going to release this song. And I released it on like the anniversary of the 10 years of when I wrote it. So, you know, synchronicity, and everything happens for a reason, and it's a banger. And everyone was like, why were you sitting on this song? And it's, for me, whenever I perform it, I relive all of the memories that I'm talking about in that song, because it's about my first relationship, or proper relationship that I was in as a teenager. So, you know, for me, that's a lot. That's me, you know, like opening up my heart and, you know, letting you into my world. So if you're not able to do that, then people are not, there's going to be a disconnect. I think that's what makes a lot of performers great, because they're able to really open up and allow people into their world and to see a part of their heart and things that they've been through, and it shows that they're human. And I think that's what makes a great performer, and that's what people connect with. And I think a lot of artists don't realise how much time it takes to get to that point in your artistry, where you are at that level where you can get on the stage and you're like, boom, this is me. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some artists that are able to do it from young, but it's because they are in, you know, they've put themselves in the right places, they put themselves around the right people, and they've been perfecting and honing their craft from young, and they're serious about it. Like, I want to talk about a young girl named Young Athena. Don't know if you know about Young Athena, but this girl is crazy talented, like, and she's young, and she's the same age as some of these youngsters that are in the industry today doing things. But the difference what sets her apart is she's dedicated, and she's perfected what she's doing. Her vocals are insane. She sings every day. She's not messing about, and it's like, and then when she comes to perform, she's putting on a show. She's you know, she's in the zone. She's not letting anything else distract her. When she gets on that stage, it's like, yeah, you're like, this is the young Athena show, and that's what it should be like. And you know, hopefully, if any young artists are watching this, they'll take my advice. And what I would say is just turn up to every single open mic that you know that is going, and get on stage and perform, and just get to a point where you feel comfortable and you know, alright, I'm gonna go up on there, I'm gonna shut it down. You can't be getting up on the stage and feeling nervous and fumbling your bars. You can't be doing that, because people ain't gonna take you seriously. You can have the baddest tune in the world and you can't perform it. You think Jay-Z's fumbling his bars? He's not doing that. You think Drake is fumbling his bars? He's not doing that. You get me? Come on. Beyonce's fumbling her bars. She's not doing that.
Definitely not. But touring is the way.
And touring as well, come on. But that's what I'm saying. If you ain't got the money and you're young and you're in this and you're making artists,
do it open mic.
That's why I said open mics. Most of them are free.
You can go to...
well, some of them nowadays are charging artists to perform, but it's not expensive. It's like a $5 to get on the bill.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's not expensive. And I mean, that's what I did. That's basically what I did. And I don't do that anymore because I don't need to. But literally, I spent most of my life, my teenage years, most of my 20s after work. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a 9 to 5 and I was tired when I finished work, but I picked up my ass and I went to the open mic straight after work and I did my performance and I came home, whatever time of the night. But I was doing that, you know, every other day of the week. And, you know, there's ones that I used to do. Let's talk about, I did I Love Live, I did Open Mic Mondays, I did... what was 9 Stars event that he used to do. There was one I used to do, show off with Star. Oh mate, I've done so many I can't even think of all of them on the top of my head, but literally if there's an open mic out there that you know about, I've probably been there. Avisham Arms, you get me, all of them I've been there. So that's my advice. Just get out there and perform. Like you can't just be waiting until you get booked for a gig and then you go and turn up and then you put on a half-hearted performance. You know, just if you're passionate and this is what you want to do and you want people to take you seriously, then you're going to do this. You're going to put in the work because that's what it takes.
Of course. And I would also like to say, to anyone who's listening to this, like, you see, like, all of those people who go to watch people at open mics perform, not everybody, but I want to say, because once, years and years ago, it's all on YouTube anyway, I used to make music as well, and what I realized is some of these, you know, venues, you go to do your open mic, mind you, you're not really you're not really confident at all. You need a lot of practice. And what I realized again, not all of them, but a lot of these fucking open mics, a lot of these people who go out to watch these people, you know,
they're not paying attention.
Some of them are not paying attention. But the main thing that I wanna address here is some of them, they make it even more difficult. They make the performance even more nervous, because you know sometimes there's a way in terms of like encouraging.
It's like if you come out to see some performers, come out and see them then.
And encourage.
You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes the audience is there. They'll come. You can see they've just come out to have a drink, have a good time, which is fair enough. And then they'll be talking. It's like I always say, and even when we do our event, them Sweet Night. I always say when we get up on stage to introduce each of the acts, I'll say, you know, most of the time I don't have to say it too much, but sometimes, you know, people, you know, energy in the room is lit and people are getting excited and their friends have come and they haven't seen people for time, so they're chatting, which is nice. But at the same time, you've got to have respect for the artist, because it takes a lot of courage and guts to get up on stage and bare your soul to someone through music. Do you know what I mean? It's not a joke. So if you're going to be talking, that's disrespect, and it's going to make a person feel a certain type of way. And if you're already nervous and you're already, you know, someone who's, you know, got a lot of practice doing this, if people are doing that, it's going to make you even more nervous, and you're then going to even more likely to flop your performance. So for the audience members, have some respect for us artists, and if you're going to come to our show, come and watch us in it and come and interact with us on stage, not with each other while we're on stage. That's what I would say.
Because some of these people move like as if they're going to watch Beyonce or something.
Yeah, because Beyonce don't really mind if you're chatting to your mate. So I mean, because she's already earning how much from her $1 million record sales. But it's me now, I need your attention. You get me? Like,
you know what I mean? Like, all we just, exactly, like, in a nutshell, all we're trying to say is, like, any of you guys who are going out to these venues to watch up-and-coming music, you know, like up-and-coming music artists, just keep in mind that these people are very early in their journey, These people need a lot of practice.
Definitely.
A lot of these people need a lot of confidence building. Like you said something that really touched me, Like, there's nothing worse than literally having a good song, having a good song that could potentially do good, yeah, but for whatever reason, yeah, it's like you get nervous
And
to
you can't
perform
perform.
it. You
Yeah,
fumble,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the audience, or whatever, yeah, and you fumble, and you won't, you know, you don't really get to, you know, to really perform that song to show the people how good the song actually is. This is, once again, this is what I'm saying. Like, I reckon if a lot of these open mics venues, that if a lot of these crowds, you know, was more, you know, paid more attention, encourage these people more, I reckon a lot of these people would even like give these guys even better performances, and the music will sound even a bit more better, and the vibe, overall the vibe will even be much better, because it's like, yo, but honestly, I've been in some venues where it's tense, like as if you're on fucking X Factor or something. Like,
Sometimes
you
it
got
gets
some
like
people,
that though. Sometimes it gets
you
like
get some
that,
people
though.
who actually look like, you
I
get some
wanted to say
crowds.
as well, thank you very much, by the way, for what you said earlier about my performance. I appreciate that.
Now you're dope. You're dope. I'll even show you, like, if you remember to ask me, I'll show you some performances that really good, man. Like, honestly, like, us as consumers, like, that's another aspect that we enjoy. Like, we enjoy your music, to listen to it, to watch the music video if you got one to as well. But if I'm going on, like, if I'm watching you on stage, like, come on, man, give me a bit more. That'll make me even love your tune even more, for me, anyway.
I want to see how you're like live.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
That same experience.